an indelible Hollywood icon, Goldie Hawn. With her sparkling blue eyes, California smile, and charming comedic roles that define a generation of romantic comedies. From the innocent dancer in Cactus Flower, to the reluctant soldier in Private Benjamin, to the avenging wife in The First Wives Club, Goldie always brought a source of positive energy, an optimism that seemed never-ending. But behind the stage lights, behind the laughter on the screen, is the real Goldie Hawn, a woman who has struggled with anxiety since childhood, faced the terrible pressure of fame, experienced heartbreak in love, and now, at the age of 80, she is facing the limits of her physical health. Goldie Jean Hawn was born on November 21, 1945, in Tacoma Park, Maryland. On the surface, it was a typical middle-class American family of the post-war era. Her mother, Laura Steinhoff, owned a dance school and was an artistic woman. Her father, Edward Rutledge Hawn, was a band leader. Anxiety and panic plague attacks Goldie from an early age. This was not ordinary shyness. It was an existential fear, a deep unease that life was fragile, that she might not live long enough to experience everything. In the 1950s, mental health was not as widely understood as it is today. Goldie's fears may have been overlooked. Goldie's greatest passion as a young girl was dancing. It was where she found release, control, and self-expression. It wasn't about becoming a glittering movie star. She simply wanted to open her own dance school, a humble, intimate dream focused on sharing her passion rather than seeking acknowledgement. Goldie Hawn's path to Hollywood wasn't a planned one. After dropping out of American University, where she studied drama, Goldie moved to New York to pursue a professional dance career. She performed at the Texas Pavilion of the 1964 New York World's Fair and worked as a go-go dancer in various venues. It was her vibrant energy and charismatic presence that led her to television. Her first real breakthrough came on the popular variety show Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, 1968 to 1970, where Goldie Hawn was no longer a background dancer. She became a key member, making a strong impression with the image of an innocent blonde girl with lovable, silly statements. The dumb blonde image was a double-edged sword. It brought her instant fame but also framed her in a certain type of role. However, what was admirable about Goldie is that she used her own charm and natural comedic timing to turn a somewhat negative stereotype into a unique, lovable, and inoffensive personal brand. And then, fate really knocked on the door. Director Gene Saks saw greater potential in the smiling girl of Laugh-In. He cast her in the movie Cactus Flower, starring with two big names, Walter Matthau and Ingrid Bergman. The role of Toni Simmons, the young, slightly impulsive but sympathetic girlfriend of a single dentist, Matthau, seemed to be tailored for Goldie. Few expected that this first film role would bring Goldie Hawn the prestigious Oscar for Best Supporting Actress when she was only 24 years old. It was a shock, an unexpected recognition for an amateur actress, known mainly for comedy television. The Oscar, although a supreme honor, probably did not change her core. It only opened a new door, a career path that she will tread with caution and always search for deeper meaning. The 70s and 80s marked the golden age of Goldie Hawn's film career. She became one of the top female stars, capable of securing box office revenue and being recognized by critics. Shampoo, 1975. Foul Play, 1978. Private Benjamin, 1980. This was an important milestone. Goldie not only starred in the film, but also served as an executive producer. Her role as Judy Benjamin earned Goldie her second Oscar nomination, this time for Best Actress. Private Benjamin was not only a commercial success, but also a cultural one. Seems Like Old Times, 1980. Overboard, 1987. Death Becomes Her, 1992. The First Wives Club, 1996. The films were wildly successful, becoming cultural phenomena, proving that audiences were still hungry for stories about strong, complex, middle-aged women. Goldie Hawn's performances, especially in Private Benjamin and The First Wives Club, were more than just entertainment. They often touched on personal and social issues that she cares about: women's independence, pressure on appearance and age. She skillfully weaves her experiences and perspectives into her characters, creating deep empathy in the audience. A great success on screen does not mean a peaceful personal life. For example, Goldie Hawn has faced persistent internal battles. She has publicly shared that she had to seek psychotherapy quite early, in her 20s, to deal with these mental health issues. This is a brave act, especially for an A-list star. Shows a strong Goldie Hawn. She understands that in order to continue to shine, she needs to take care of her complex inner world. Goldie's love life has also experienced many ups and downs. Her first marriage to director Gus Triconis, 1969 to 1976, ended in divorce. She then married musician Bill Hudson, 1976 to 1982, a member of the band the Hudson Brothers. This marriage produced 2 children, Oliver Hudson and Kate Hudson, both of whom later followed in their mother's footsteps as actresses. However, her second marriage did not last long. This breakup left a deep impression, reshaping her views on love, marriage, and emotional endurance. It was these experiences that probably led to her later decisions. In 1983, on the set of Swing Shift, Goldie Hawn reunited with Kurt Russell. Love blossomed quickly, and they began a strong relationship that has lasted to this day. Similarly, despite being together for more than 40 years and having a son, Wyatt Russell, Goldie, and Kurt have never married. Their decision not to marry was often the subject of media discussion. But for Goldie, after 2 divorces, she realized that a marriage certificate is not a decisive factor in the sustainability of love or family happiness. She once said, "I'm divorced. Why do it again?" Their relationship is based on daily choices, voluntary commitment, love, Goldie Hawn, as she approaches 80. Age, an inevitable natural law, is bringing new challenges to the woman who once embodied youth and energy. The most notable health challenge mentioned is her facing cataracts, leading to impaired vision. Goldie Hawn, the woman with the expressive eyes, who used her gaze to conquer millions of hearts on screen, now faces the world around her becoming dimmer. As the spotlight slowly recedes, Goldie Hawn's legacy extends beyond classic films and prestigious awards. She turned her energy and passion to another area, one that stemmed from her own deep experiences and concerns: children's mental health. In 2003, Goldie founded the Hawn Foundation, which later became known as MindUP, an educational program based on neuroscience, positive psychology, and mindfulness practices designed to help children improve their ability to focus, control their emotions, and reduce stress. The decision to found MindUP was not a random act of charity. It was deeply rooted in Goldie's own childhood battle with anxiety. She understands the insecurities and fears of childhood and recognizes the importance of equipping children with the tools they need to deal with emotional challenges early on. The MindUP program has been implemented in schools around the world, receiving high praise from educators and psychologists. It shows a different side of Goldie Hawn. Her work with MindUP shows the maturity and depth of Goldie's journey. She has gone from being a mere entertainer to someone who uses her voice and resources to address a pressing social issue. Her journey is a complex symphony of joy and sadness, of great success and quiet battles, of laughter and tears. What makes Goldie Hawn so enduringly appealing is not just her acting talent or her radiant appearance. It is her extraordinary resilience in the face of adversity. From childhood anxiety, the pressures of fame, heartbreaks, to the challenges of aging like vision loss, she has never let those struggles define her. She faces them, she heals, she learns, and she keeps going. What do you think of this star? Leave your comments below. We hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.